Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Faceless Stylist and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. Let's take a look. Hit damage bonus plus 19. Burn dot damage, HP regeneration per second, movement speed. Okay, I have this dot effect, 0.3 health on each tick, which should actually prove quite useful. Right, we're also trying out the chainsword. Now I remember. It's this one pushing back the rebels. Let us go ahead and go at it. Oh, in the last video we talked about jobs and careers and which one is harder. And basically that was just a rough overview. Or as I'm telling PDF units. Oh man. PDF. Better get Adobe Reader. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's probably because of my nose, because I'm not really tired. Oh, these guys are blue. These are my guys.
Another day to serve the Emperor with our lives. If only I could smash through the ranks of those filthy heretics.
Your day will come, Thorn.
You carry the Emperor's will, Inquisitor. Destroy the heretics.
Okay. Right, I actually had a topic in mind for this one, and that is just in general relationships. Okay, the chainsword. Okay, I'm not certain what's going on with the chainsword, but it would appear I'm doing quite decent damage with it. Sustain disemboweling melee attack by holding the attack button. Lasts for 1.5 seconds. Okay, then he goes in and he attacks again. Okay. Right, like I was saying, relationships in general, love interests, partners for life, marriage, stuff like that. I don't really see too much. That is, I'm not quite certain about that. Well, not... What is going on with this? Okay, this is definitely a weird one. Is it better than the hammer? I guess it is. It should be. What? It does like... Oh no, that's 333 damage. Okay, I guess it does do decent damage. But the thing is, I need to move while casting it. Okay. So this is not, in general, a good thing. Okay. I should probably get a ranged weapon or something for this, because in general melee weapons seem to be a bit of a bust, at least for this one. Flame attacks seem to be the thing, and actually just getting healed is a huge thing. There we go, so we cap this point as well. Perhaps I should focus on that. Okay, there are some guardsmen over here.
Imperial reconnaissance forces located. Potentially useful assets, but their current situation is terminal. Immediate action required.
Okay, if immediate action is required, we shall immediately act. I think I should get a bolt gun as my primary weapon, although he did come with a shield. I mean, it's kind of hard not to then use a shield. But a chainsword is definitely a miss. Perhaps a power axe might be better. Right, I was going on about relationships. That is, I wanted to talk about that, but there's really no point in that. Not that there's no point in relationships, it's just that...
The Inquisitor must die.
Okay, so the thing is I need to click on them. Okay, yeah, so that won't work. This will be great against a singular target, but against a couple of them... Yeah, against a singular target this is amazing. Okay, yeah, definitely better than the hammer. But against multiple targets, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a struggle. But hey, we shall keep to the chainsword. Like I was saying about relationships. Relationships in general are complicated messes that involve lots of feelings and stuff like that. Ah, it's this Voxcaster. Okay, there we go. Supply 2 charges. Okay, nice. Yeah, the thing is, they require plenty of emotional charge, or they just end up backfiring. And when they end up backfiring, that is tremendously bad for everybody involved. Perhaps even to people who aren't directly involved in that. It will end up relatively bad. Okay, I mean, I could wait a couple of seconds and then just right click, because it seems to be going in that general direction. Right, let's go over here. Just in general, you should be careful before you enter into a partnership or into a relationship or into a friendship with somebody. Because most of the time you will feel like somebody is either using you or abusing you. What do I mean by this? You could be great with somebody and you go out, you have a couple of drinks, everything is good, and you met them at work, for example. Then all of a sudden it turns out that they were just using you for work related purposes. This is just a broad example. And you figure that out, and then you're like, okay, but are we even friendly? And there's the whole, well, I contacted you first this time, but then you could have contacted me, but you didn't contact me, so now I'm not going to speak to you. There's that entire mess. Which, in all honesty, I don't know. If you ignore it, then you ignore it. But if that is the sort of thing that's important for you...
Heretics parading as Imperial officers.
That was no ordinary heretic.
Huh?
I felt the stench of the arch enemy on him. I should search him.
If that sort of thing is important to you, then either declare it at first. But if you declare it at first, that's kind of stupid. Like, you are empty, you are a vessel, food for maggots, a cathedral for the sacred necrosis, in the process of decay, the sweet decay, I'm in shadow, shadow, we sit with blah blah, repeat until enlightenment. Okay. Right, but that's kind of a stupid thing, you know, to say to basically anybody that, hey, you should, you know, hit me up first, or I'll hit you up first. Or if you count that and the other person doesn't, then that puts you in a tough spot. I, for example, am socially challenged. I don't want to say the other thing. Like, you know, when somebody's mentally challenged, I am socially challenged. I don't see a particular reason for being social, in a sense that it is a necessary thing. For example, I would consider that I have friends, but that's loosely put, in all honesty. And what I mean by loosely put, I'm not sure. You know, we talk sometimes, we hang out, but we work together. And generally the topics that they are interested in and the things they, you know, like and stuff like that are nowhere near close to mine. You know, I don't know anybody who has similar interests as me. And basically, I don't see myself talking to somebody for prolonged periods of time while they, you know, when I'm having a problem or something. In general, I am having some problems currently in my life, things that I cannot influence over, but I'm trying to handle them as much as I can with my given powers to do so. What I can do, I will do. What I cannot do, I will not do. I'm prepared for every contingency. Because you gotta be a realist. In every situation, there is a good outcome, a bad outcome, and a neutral outcome. You can say that there's an expected outcome. Good. You can think like that, if you wish. For me personally, I look at things as they are, if you will, realistically. I know that nobody is going to help me, for example, at work without wanting something in return. For example, if I didn't know something and I didn't want to go to my boss, for example, I would ask one of my colleagues, but they would make sure that what they told me gets back to the boss, for example. And that means that they are good and that people are, you know, nagging you. But work related stuff, that means that you know your stuff. That you're familiar with your work, that you know what 2 + 2 equals, stuff like that, you know, you know. And that is of good use to them, you know, for information, just generally getting on their good side, right? Because everybody likes a good employee who knows, that is all the boss is like a good employee that knows their stuff and they don't cause troubles, that are always on time and that are in the know with current procedures and operating practices of the team in general. If you ask anybody, they would prefer to have a colleague like that instead of somebody who's always late, doesn't know anything, and is always causing problems for you and for everybody involved. There you are. That's just general in life. You would much prefer somebody who knows what they're doing instead of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Unless that somebody is learning and he's trying his, you know, damnedest hard, you know, just to succeed in that given business, for example. You might give them a chance or something. I don't know. So when I look at things like from that perspective, for example, let's say that your loved one might actually undergo surgery. The surgery is dicey. Now, surgery have multiple outcomes. It could be a complete success, that is the best case scenario. That is the good scenario. Nothing is wrong, everything is good. You don't have a single care in the world, everything is okay.
Potentially useful assets, but their current situation is terminal. Immediate action required.
Immediate action is indeed required. We should support them with heavy flames. Right, you can have a good outcome, which is, you know, nothing wrong happens with them, they survive everything, and all is good, they're good, you know. Then you have the bad outcome, where they just flat out die. Then you have the neutral outcome, which can either be good or bad. The good one is they're going to survive with some sort of deficiency. But that could also be considered a bad outcome. You know, you gotta be realistic about those sort of things that can happen. Skill tree unlocked. Because things could prove to range combat is at 0. Okay, let's turn that up. That should also work on my flamer, I believe. Okay, so in general, that one was a bust. I am thinking about throwing away my shield, in all honesty. Grav gun, bolt pistol. Force field grenade. Okay, heavy flamer. Alright, I'm putting things into storage. Hold on, give me a sec. Grenade launcher. Now, I'll be completely honest. That might actually be the best thing. A multi-meta. Heavy overheat. Okay, I'll try the next level with the multi-meta. A las gun. Okay. Right, like I said, I will try with the multi-meta. Okay, if I knock away my shield and I put the oh, that's a nice increase in damage. Plasma pistol, bolt pistol. Okay. Yeah, grenade is still more useful than that. This isn't useful at all. Power axe is quite similar to power sword. Multi-meta. 6,000 hit points. Yeah, let's go with the multi-meta. I mean, over here in storage, I'm gonna put the shield. And I'm gonna sell off the rest once I actually process, because I have this chainsword, which is a relic chainsword. And my power hammer is inside. I also have the power axe, so that is a-okay. I'm gonna try the multi-melta and the not rarity level. Yeah, the multi-melta and the flamer combination. I know with the flamer I can pull off the entire level. But heavy flamer, okay. Yeah, that's not an upgrade. Melta gun. Multi-melta seems like a bit of an upgrade. Right. I'm gonna... Ooh. Just to fear, just to shock. Yeah, it is... Ooh, grenade. Fuse delayed grenade. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't really seem all that good. Okay, 53. This one is 46. Let's actually put this one in here just in case. I'm gonna sell off the rest. I don't care. Thunder hammer. Melee two-handed. That could be good. Heavy flamer. This one could be good. Okay. Well, okay. In any case, doesn't matter. Like what I was going on about relationships. I don't necessarily see it as that good. And for example, if I were to have a problem right now, well, a realistic example would be you need to do some construction work. Do you have anybody that you can call? you know, to come and help you. You need to move something. Do you have anybody to call that will actually come and help you? That you know if you call them, hey, you know they're gonna turn up. I thought before I had people like that, but it turned out I didn't. Now I just in general have trust issues.
The main routes are still blocked by the rebels. Our men have engaged them, but it could take a while until we can break through.
Death in the line of duty is the most honorable sacrifice. Send in more guards.
I can assure you that we will spare no fire or manpower to get through. However, we can't use heavy
heat was
artillery, otherwise we
the
will destroy the routes for our own troops.
This is no time for squabbles. Tell the PDF to press on. I will defend the sacred cogitator chamber as long as I can.
May the Emperor be
Okay.
your strength.
Oh boy! Now that is a lot of damage. Melt a gun. I mean, hell yeah. Look at that, dude. And it... Oh, I thought it applied a dot as well. Look at the damage. Right, like I was saying, if you don't have anybody who, you know, at the blink of a... that is a drop of a hat could come and aid you, you don't really have any good friends. You know, if you have somebody that, you know, you... Well, I mean, it's also true, if you wish to have people like that, you need to be like that. And I am like that, but what actually ends up happening is you get, what do you call it? Brother. Okay, they get absolutely disintegrated. Damn. Okay, multi-melta gun for the win, baby. Is right, you actually get used. And people get used to that. So that's why if you provide... That is, if you set expectations right like that right off the bat, you're setting yourself up to actually be... Ooh, I'm actually gonna end up dying. Okay. There we go. Right, you're gonna actually end up setting yourself up for failure. Bagadadadaya. Okay, sorry, I'm just having way too much fun realizing how overpowered okay, yeah, this will work great. You're actually just setting yourself up to be used. And that is no bueno. Nobody wants to be used. And bam. Okay, yeah, that is going to rain some grenades down. That one shot at the freaking Space Marine. Okay, E is fast moving. Right click is a bit of a charge up. But goddamn is it powerful. E is instantaneous. Q needs a bit of a charge up as well. Okay, got it. Okay, and actually getting 3% on that bad boy will actually mean a lot as well. God damn, that's in general a lot of damage. Ooh, 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 ooh. Look at that. The only thing that annoys me is that I move when I fire, but I know I can set that up in the options. But it's probably better if I just leave it open. But yeah, Metagun, definitely keeping that in the rotation. Look at that, dude. And bam. Oh, this is why I love Warhammer 40k. That weapon is just... God damn. That's actually overpowered. Yeah, that's a quick fire one. Q needs to be charged up. Regular attacks are overpowered as well. Okay.
There was a protective hex on the chest. I must defeat the summoned creature. Back to the abyss, creature.
I just two-shot a demon.
So heavily protected.
Yep. Definitely keeping this one. If I could get a relic quality one, that would be amazing. In all honesty, that would be the most overpowered thing ever. And I think it does benefit from the flame damage as well. Well, I mean, I always have the flamer. I just gotta be careful not to let it overheat. And we're good, we're Gucci. Did you see that? That's absolutely overpowered. That is actually brutally overpowered. And that breaks off. Oh my dude. Just in that general direction, everything goes kaboom. And I absolutely love that. Okay, nice. Okay, good. And bye-bye. Nothing can target you if there is nothing to target you. So if everybody is kaput, nobody can actually target you. Because they're all kaput. I absolutely love this. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, and that's... Oh man, dude. Okay, like I was saying, I don't even need to focus anymore. I can just brain dead it like that. Psh, multi-meta. Nice. That's a purple one. Yeah, you gotta know how to deal with people, otherwise you're gonna, you know, get used and abused throughout your entire life. And that is a sad thing when you see somebody that hasn't figured things out yet. You want to help them, but then you have a thing that's called ego. Then for your own sake and for your own sanity, you have to be in a state to cut somebody off. Just in general. Activator bless. Okay, hold that. Okay. Right, like I was saying, you gotta be in a position to cut somebody off out of your life forever if they, you know, bring ruin to your peace. Because if somebody is causing you problems in your life, that's not a good person to actually have in your life. We all sometimes need help, but if Johnny, for example, needs help all the time, and basically you have a relationship with Johnny because you're helping him all the time. That is not a good
We are still in the mine.
relationship to have.
Traitors.
Ready to fight.
Okay, hold that. Deploy minefield. Okay, get a minefield there. That is not a good relationship to have in general. That would be considered a toxic relationship. Because you're codependent. Because he's dependent on you.
Die, unclean.
And that way, it's just a bad thing to have. Oh yeah, they're coming through here.
For the Emperor!
Brutal. But you also gotta consider being kind. You cannot be a dick. If you're a dick to everybody, you're gonna wind up alone and hate it. This way, if you're kind to people, and you know you have the basic amount of respect for everybody, and you don't actually, you know, mess up on yourself, and you don't give in to other people. You have your stance, you have your ideals, you have your goals, you have your way of living life. And if you're not willing to change that, you gotta know that you're gonna suffer the consequences.
Inquisitor, augury units detect a 44.5% increase in energy traces and locomotion signatures. 97% chance that this is the full force of the attackers, preparing for a final assault.
You could have just said that much more easily. Right, if you have your beliefs, you gotta hold on firm to your beliefs, because if you just change your beliefs all the time, then you don't believe in anything. And trust me, that is not something that you want to be a part of. Okay, yeah, that was a complete waste of a Q shot. Okay. And okay, I seem to have broke them. Oh. Pretty numbers go pretty high. You gotta stand firm in what you believe in. If you stand firm in what you believe in, you'll eventually meet same or like-minded individuals, and you'll be able to form close-knit relationships with them. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But if you're not somebody who can go 20 seconds without texting somebody, or you're afraid of being alone, you're gonna have a really tough time in life in general. Then in that case, you have to find people who you can talk to. For example, nobody bothers me unless they need something. And I tend to just, you know, give in to them because we all work together. That's a dragon. And the dragon is no more. I not really give in to them, but I just respond because, okay, we have that sort of relationship, which I figured out recently that's only work related. The fact that we sometimes go outside outside of work is something else, apparently.
We are humbled by your dedication. Reinforcements are on the way. We can take over from here.
New intel received, Inquisitor. The monitoring of Vox transmissions during the battle helped our data serfs locate the coordinates where the rebels sent numerous messages. Location, Vismar Minoris.
Then we have our next destination.
Indeed we have, and we're just going to go ahead and quit. And we're gonna be sticking to the melta gun because the melta gun melts through everything. And love interest as well. Some people just always have to be in a relationship that always ends up badly. If you think about it, there are plenty of people like that in your life as well, that you probably know of or just have seen or heard of. Self-acquire. Oh, okay. But yeah, in any case, that's gonna do it for this one.